Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Super Year. So today, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Are you looking at buying a minivan? Are you looking at getting into van life? Are you looking at buying a used vehicle in general? So I used to work in an automotive shop. I've got, what do they call it, a 2-year completion certificate in automotive technology that I got when I was in school because I dropped out of high school and went to a um, uh, vocational school that I teach at now. So anyway, automotive's always been in my background, and I've had a million people come up to me and ask me, "What do you do when you look for a car?" So there's a lot of things. Me myself, I take very good care of my cars, my vehicles. I'm very meticulous, like extremely meticulous, and just my background and stuff like that. But I don't usually write everything that I do down in the ledger in the back of my owner's manual or anything like that, and I don't usually keep receipts of the work that I've had done, but the vehicle has been maintained. So when I'm looking for a used vehicle, I typically start it up, run it, make sure there's no leaks in it, check the oil. If there are any leaks, look for like transmission fluid, check for like any kind of oil on the ground, any kind of tranny fluid, any kind of coolant. You can go back and check the exhaust pipe, make sure no weird colors are coming out, make sure it doesn't smell too rich or anything crazy like that. Um, there's also, talk to the owner a little bit about the vehicle. Look for rust, get under there and look at it, once the engine warms up, look at the different parts on the engine and stuff like that. Um, if all else fails and you really don't know the vehicle very well, get yourself a good mechanic. Like, ask a mechanic friend. Everybody's got a mechanic friend. Even if you don't, go to one of the local, either Midas or, Monroe Muffler or something like that, and just ask them, hey, I'm looking at purchasing this vehicle. Would you guys be interested in taking a look at it for me? I usually look for any kind of damage, any kind of like overspray of paint. I got a scare. I bought a Jeep many years ago, a Jeep KJ, a Jeep Liberty diesel, and I was afraid that it might, because it came from down south, and I was afraid that it maybe came from a place where it was flooded at one point. Always check the Carfax. The Carfaxes are good, but not everything is reported. So that's where Carfaxes kind of come into, they're good, but they don't cover everything. So be careful when you're looking at Carfaxes. But anyway, to continue on with my story about buying a vehicle that is used, my Jeep, I was looking at it, and I was looking for any kind of flood damage. Now, you get corrosion. When it comes to flood damage, you can peel up some of the actual carpeting and stuff like that. Under the floor mats, there's a carpeting. Look at some of the under carpet and stuff like that. Look for sediment, any kind of funky, weird smells coming from it. Now, of course, every owner should be honest and straight up, and I guess those are the chances of buying a used car. So, hopefully, my best recommendation would be to have a good mechanic friend look at the vehicle for you, or have somebody check out the vehicle. And they'll go through the same step process as me. Just looking at the fluids, checking the exhaust and stuff like that, checking for any kind of weird rot, any kind of weird leaking and stuff down beneath, making sure the fluids are nice and the fluids are nice and clear and stuff, making sure that the fluids were changed and all that jazz. So, I know everybody says a lot, especially when selling a vehicle. So always be cognizant of that. And I've had my limit of dealerships. I'll always buy a used vehicle before I buy anything from a dealer. I'll always go to, just some independent person. I did buy my last vehicle through Carvana, and they have a really good, what I thought was a really good, plan. Was that, on Carvana you spend a little bit more. It seems to be their prices might be a little bit higher than the normal like dealerships and stuff like that. But I was lucky. They gave me a really, really good price on a Ford Edge, which I was getting rid of. Absolute, junker of a vehicle. Didn't even have 100,000 miles on it and was having all these issues. And I finally, I was done with it, and I said, you know what, here's what I want for it, and they gave me a little bit more than I wanted for it, so I was very happy with that. And then I bought my Sienna, and my Sienna, when I got it, Carvana has this thing to where you can take it for a week, and I guess it's a week, and if you have any issues with it, driving it, have your mechanic comb through it, look it over, they'll give you your money back. So I don't know what exactly the details are behind that, because I didn't have to ask for my money back. The very next day after I got it, after it was dropped off, I took it up to my mechanic and I said, comb over this, because I don't currently have a shop. Took it into his shop. I looked at everything I wanted to look at. He dug into some other things, and there wasn't really anything going on with it. It was a very good vehicle from Montana. So that's how I got my Toyota Sienna. You guys, I told you details about it in the past. So I hope this helps you guys a little bit when you're looking for buying a vehicle. Definitely check for smoke, leaks, any kind of weird rust or rot, any funky smells, or anything like that. If you hear any noises, that's another one. Also check as well. You don't hear any like squealing or knocking or anything like that. But overall, my best recommendation I could say to you guys is definitely hire a friend of yours. It may cost you a couple of bucks, but definitely hire a friend of yours, take them out to lunch, whatever they want, to just take a look at the vehicle, the basic, bare bones. And sometimes I know it's hard to coordinate, and you don't want to just take a buyer's word for it, of course. But it always pays off in the end, having somebody who's experienced taking a look at this stuff. So I hope this helps you guys out. Thank you so much for all of your support and your feedback and everything like that. Make sure you subscribe, watch my videos, and I hope you guys are taking care. All right, take care, my friends.